Chris with another top-down review, and today we're talking about the Hitman's Bodyguard. Basically, yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. So the Hitman's Bodyguard is an action-adventure comedy, more comedy than action-adventure. I mean, there is action in there, but there's a lot of comedy also. So action-adventure comedy, starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, and also Gary Oldman for some apparent reason either. So someone came up with the great idea of saying, what would happen if Deadpool and Nick Fury worked together in a movie and had to stop Commissioner Gordon? For some reason, that's why we're here. Let me just start by saying Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds have great chemistry in this movie. No doubt in my mind. They work great together. They bounced off each other great. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was probably the one that stole most of the scenes. It was great, and I loved it, and I couldn't wait to see what else he had to say. I mean, there were some scenes that I thought that was really funny, and that was great to see. And there were some scenes that, felt a little forced, but, in a comedy that will sometimes happen, even in an action-adventure comedy. So the whole point of this whole movie is that Ryan Reynolds is like this bodyguard, and his whole idea is, or his whole thing is that he has to protect Samuel L. Jackson, who's like this most wanted hitman who has information on Gary Oldman's character, who's like this Russian type dude, and then he's sending these Russian dudes to capture Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, basically. And also, the girl who's Elektra in the Daredevil series is also in this movie, and the evil Brazilian dude from the Fast and Furious fifth one is also in this movie. They didn't really have big roles. I mean, they had bigger roles than Gary Oldman. In fact, I still try and stress this. I don't know why Gary Oldman is in this movie. Now, I like Gary Oldman as an actor. I really do. I like him as an actor. But he didn't really need to be in this movie. Honestly, this movie could have just been Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson just running around in a car and just cracking jokes and just doing that. But they had that whole Russian story a part of it either. Honestly, I didn't think we really needed that. We didn't really need that whole Russian story at all. We just needed the two of them together. They have great chemistry. Just stay with them. Any scene that didn't have them, I was just like, okay, can we go back to Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, please? And we're there, and it's funny again. It's just, it felt like it was dead scenes. I mean, there were scenes that were about the two of them, like how they met their respective wife and girlfriend, and I thought that was an interesting little take on it. But I mean, it proves that Ryan Reynolds can be fun in action adventure comedy. We've seen this in Deadpool. We've seen it in this movie. It's possible and it can happen, and they do great. Samuel L. Jackson can just be funny and at the same time be serious and at the same time have action comedy in there also. But when I finished seeing this premiere, I mean, the movie got an applause. I mean, the audience was really responsive to it. They liked it. I didn't really think it deserved an applause. I mean, it was good. I didn't think it was that good. I mean, a movie that probably deserves an applause is maybe Star Wars. I'm just saying that because I have a Star Wars poster back there, but point taken. The Hitman's Bodyguard was a good movie. It wasn't what I had expected it to be, but it was still funny in its own light. It still follows about the same plots and tropes that other action adventure movies fall into, where there's one evil guy and he's behind it all, and then these two unlikely pair have to fight and destroy him or whatever, and that's kind of what it is. But really, like I said before, I don't think that you really needed Gary Oldman in this movie. You could have just focused solely on Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Absolutely 100%. That is definitely what I would say. So the Hitman's Bodyguard, I know it's not out yet because I saw it today on Premiere. So let me know what you guys thought about it once you've seen it. If you're seeing it tomorrow, or if you're seeing it Thursday night, or even Friday when the movie actually comes out on any other premiere day. Let me know what you guys thought about the Hitman's Bodyguard. I'm not quite sure what my next movie will be. I know The Defenders is coming out. I'm going to try and do a review on that. If any other possible screenings come out in between then, I will likely do videos for that. It'll be hard considering I'm going to go back to college soon, so it'll be a little more difficult to get the reviews out there as often as I have over the summer. But for what it's worth, I've done a pretty good job, and I hope you've enjoyed the ride of these endless reviews and everything. I will still do my best to get reviews out towards the fall. I will likely do a review on The Defenders Season 1. I will plan to do one, obviously, on all the big fall movies that are coming: Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, and of course the Godfather of the year, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, without a doubt. So yeah, just taking all that into account, let me know what you guys thought of the Hitman's Bodyguard. Leave a comment and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.